What's good, fam? Welcome back to the channel. JD here with yet another video for you guys. We're going to be talking about a topic today that I feel doesn't get covered enough here, at least on sneaker YouTube, and that is how to avoid scams when buying and selling sneakers. And really the idea for doing this video came from just reading some of you guys' DMs on Instagram. It's actually crazy to me to see how many of you guys have been scammed or have come close to getting scammed. I mean, I don't have the stats to prove this or anything, but I feel like, especially right now with this whole pandemic, a lot of people losing their jobs and whatnot, I feel like there's just been a lot more scammers on the internet, especially when I'm looking for sneakers on the websites I normally look at. There's a lot more suspicious looking ads that I've been seeing this year than I've been seeing in the past. I work hard for my money. I know you guys do as well. And there's literally nothing worse than getting scammed, especially when it's for something like buying sneakers, something that you were really working hard. You know, that was your goal, that was your grail. You put a lot of money into it and then you find out you got scammed. There's really nothing worse than that. I've been buying and selling sneakers online actively, I would say, for the last 3 or 4 years. And in this video, I just wanted to go over, based on my experience, the most common types of scams that I've seen, because you guys are family. I don't want you guys to lose your money, and I just want to give you guys a little bit of a heads up so you can avoid making these kind of mistakes. And before I get into that, I just wanted to say all of the experiences that I'm talking about in this video are things I've experienced on not the reselling websites like StockX and GOAT. I'm talking about more of the local buying and selling platforms. Like, I've had experiences with Depop, also Grailed, and classifieds websites as well. Like in the US, we got Craigslist. In Canada, Kijiji. Here in Germany, there is eBay Kleinanzeigen. So this is really where all my experiences are coming from. So let's get into selling. So when you see an ad for a sneaker, the first thing I want to look at is the seller himself. Does the seller have a rating? Does he have a good rating? I typically like to stay away from the sellers that have no ratings at all or just one rating. Especially when dealing with very expensive shoes, I don't really want to deal with a seller who doesn't have too many reviews. So before I even get into the scams, that's like the first thing you should look out for. Just check the seller's reviews and ratings. So when selling sneakers, one of the common scams I see is what I would call the PayPal address scam. So you find a guy who's interested in buying your shoes, he pays for the sneaker using PayPal, and then he messages you his address and says, hey, just please send the shoes to this address. And here's the rule: only ever ship to the address that is on his PayPal. Don't ever ship it to somebody if he gives you a different address than his PayPal, no matter what the excuse is. This happens quite a lot, and honestly, a lot of the times it happens not because the guy is a scammer. It could be just because the guy hasn't updated his PayPal address in a long time and he has an old address on there. But either way, I never take this risk. What I always do is I tell the guy, hey, I will refund you your money, send it back to me after you've changed your address, because you just want to be on the safe side. And the reason for this is because if you ship to an address that's not the same as the PayPal, that buyer can claim that you never actually shipped him the shoes. And you can show PayPal like your proof of your chats and everything. Hey, this guy told me to send it to this other address. It doesn't matter. PayPal's not going to care. They are going to side with the buyer every time if you sent it to a different address. So that's the first one. Don't ever fall for that scam. Always send shoes to the same address on the PayPal. The second one, and this is also a PayPal related scam, and unfortunately I've seen quite a few of my followers tell me that they've been scammed like this year. And that is what I would call the PayPal email scam. So basically what happens here is, once again, you find somebody who's interested in buying your shoes. He'll ask you for your PayPal address and then say, yeah, okay, check your emails. I just sent you the money. You'll open up your email and then you'll see an email with the PayPal logo on it saying, this person just sent you this amount to your PayPal. The email honestly looks super legit, and if you're not paying attention, you could easily believe that this is a real email. But the money doesn't actually get sent to your PayPal. It's literally just an email that he has used Photoshop to make it seem like it's coming from PayPal, but no money actually went into your account. So this is a scam where you can easily avoid being scammed by simply logging into your PayPal and seeing if you actually received the money. PayPal transactions happen instantly, so no matter what excuse the other guy says, he's like, yeah, don't worry, the money's on the way. Don't believe him until you see that money actually in your account. Do not ship the shoes to that person. With these buyers too, you'll notice that they never bother negotiating. They'll straight up, as soon as they email you, they say, hey, send me your PayPal, I will buy this right now, which is really not normal. Most people always try to negotiate down a little bit. So that's just one way to kind of tell that this person might just be a scammer. But yeah, that's another one to watch out for, the PayPal email scam. And once again, always make sure the money arrives in your account before you send the shoes to anybody. So when it comes to buying, the worst thing that could happen is you end up getting a pair of fakes that you thought were real. The first thing to look out for always is quite simply the price. If you see somebody selling a pair of very hype sneakers for way under the StockX payout value, like there should be 100 red flags going off right there. Like there's no way, why would anyone do that first of all? You're not the luckiest person in the world who just happened to find that one guy who's never heard of StockX. And it's so funny to actually hear these guys come up with excuses, because I straight up asked them like, hey, why are you selling these for so cheap? And I've heard so many funny excuses. One of the best ones that I've heard multiple times actually is, these shoes belong to my ex and we had a really bad breakup, so I just want to get rid of them. You broke up with your ex, but you still have his shoes. Huh? And that's just one example. I've heard so many ridiculous reasons when people try to justify their scams. But the one giveaway, man, is definitely the price. Like if someone is selling it for super cheap, it's probably fake. If it's too good to be true, it's probably fake. The only valid excuse I've heard so far is basically someone who doesn't have a PayPal account because he's underage. Right now, kids at a very young age are reselling sneakers, so that does kind of make sense. In fact, when I try to buy sneakers for resale, these are exactly the people who I target because I know they're going to be selling it for a very cheap price compared to most other people. So that's the only excuse I kind of give an exception for. And even if they say that, I insist on always seeing a receipt, a picture of a receipt. That's my personal #1 rule regardless when it comes to buying sneakers. I always need to see proof that it's authentic. If there is no pictures of the receipt, if the seller cannot produce some kind of proof that these are authentic, I just don't buy it regardless of what the excuse is. Some of the most common excuses are, these were bought for me as a gift, I don't have the receipt. You'll hear a lot of people saying that. Always ignore those ones. Those are 100% fake all the time. So it's simple, no proof, don't buy. And I guess the last type of buying scam I want to talk about, and this one I've been seeing a lot, especially recently, I would like to call this the StockX tag scam. So this is where people sell sneakers and on the ad in the pictures, the shoes will have the StockX tag on them and people will say, look, these are authentic. But guys, these tags, these scammers buy them by the hundreds. You can easily get them on like DHgate or Alibaba if you know the right people. So they get tons and tons of these StockX tags and they put them on the shoes to make them seem real. Once again, I go back to my previous rule, which is no proof, no payment. And when I say that, I don't want to see a StockX tag. That to me is not proof. Also a StockX receipt. If the person bought it from StockX, I don't even buy those type of sneakers. I need to see a receipt from a reputable store in order to believe that these are authentic. So yeah, guys, if you see the StockX tag on pictures of the shoes, like that doesn't mean anything. Don't put your trust in that. Those are pretty much all the types of scams that I've seen. Let me know down in the comments if you guys have been scammed in the past. Leaving your comments really helps out the whole community if they can read those comments and know things to watch out for. So I would really appreciate it if you guys just try to help out the community by leaving your own personal experiences. And if you found this video useful, of course, hit that like button. It really helps out the channel. And if you haven't already done so, make sure you are subscribed. I'm dropping tons of content, lots of reviews coming in the next few weeks. Man, lately it feels like there's like 15 hype sneakers dropping in one weekend. Like there's just been a lot of raffles to enter. I'm kind of tired, to be honest. But yeah, once again, thank you guys so much for messing with the channel. Thank you for all the support. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. The handle is right here. It is at JDKick6. Definitely the easiest place to contact me. And until next time, guys, peace.